Hello, I'm your host Justin, and welcome to this week's episode of Tokusatsu Thursdays. Today I'm reviewing the 1981 or 1982. According to multiple sources, this movie's either from 1981 or 1982, and today I'm reviewing the Tokusatsu film, The Moon Mask Rider, aka Gekko Kamen, which is like a sequel to the original 1958 film and the 1970s anime series. So this superhero is like a guy who wears an all-white outfit with a white cape and carries 245s and rides around in a motorcycle, right? And he's like a vigilante who steals from criminals and returns the money, but keeps like a 10%, 20% commission and donates the money to charity or refugees or whatever, right? The movie is directed by, let me double check, Yukihiro Sawada, and stars Takeo, Chii, and Etsuko Shihomi, which she looks familiar. Where have I seen her before? She was in a bunch of Sonny Chiba films. She was Sister Street Fighter. Okay. Wasn't she in Super... Wasn't she... I think I saw her in a Super Sentai movie. But no, she was Sister Street Fighter. Right? I guess everybody else are a bunch of no-names in this movie. Yeah, so this movie is an hour and 47 minutes long. And the main plot of the movie is about this cult called the New Love Country, which is founded by this creepy old man in a black robe who, was able to basically charm the youth of Japan to join his cult, and they live on this island compound, and they don't really go into what their ideals are. Is that he promises the youth of the country he's going to found a country where there can be only peace and love, right? To do so, him and his underlings, which are called the Red Masks Gang, who the main leader is this Ikiko and Kuroki, right? Are the main leaders of the Red Mask Gang, and they go around robbing banks, stealing large amounts of money to give to the founder so he can start his new love country, right? Obviously the police are starting. The police want to stop them, right? And at every turn, Moon Mask Rider shows up and steals the money from the criminals and gives it to the rich. Sorry, not the rich, the poor. Not the rich, my bad. He's like a Robin Hood type superhero, right? And most of the movie, though, because like Moon Mask Rider's gimmick, or Gekko Kamen as he's called, is that you don't know who he is. They never say in the show who he is. So most of the screen time in the movie is the police, and it's mostly the villains, because you have Iku the girl and like Kuroki, who starting to think that the founder's name is Taki Kapiashi Kenpo, is full of shit and only cares about money and doesn't care about their ideals, because he's sacrificing, because one by one they start losing members. Like Kuroki took Moon Mask Rider takes one of their guys hostage, right? And the founder takes the main Kuroki's shotgun and blasts one of their members, right? and then like Kuroki friends to leave, and then he gets killed by these two Chinese assassins. One who's a short dude who has a boomerang, and one is this tall dude with the tall bald dude with a braided ponytail who has like two morning stars, which is like a spiked ball on a chain, right? That you swing around. He has one, but it's like two ball chain, spiked ball chains on a fucking rod, right? Yeah, so that's the main drama of the movie, where like some of the members of this cult are like think like, oh, this is fucking, this cult is full of shit. They do hint at some people, some of the characters being Moon Mask Rider. One is the son-in-law of the main inspector of the movie, Inspector Matsuda, son-in-law, who is this journalist, right? Who is like, it's his son-in-law, but the only daughter we see in the movie looks like she's in high school, and the dude looks like he's like in his mid-20s. So it's like, what the fuck is that about? They also hint that it might be Matsuda's actual son, or this guy who was a member of the cult. He was like one of the young men in the cult, right? So that was cool that there was like a subplot where you're trying to figure out who the Moon Mask Rider in the movie is, right? That was cool, but like the main problem of this movie, besides from the theme song sucks. I mean, it was probably good by 1960s, late 1950s, right? But like by today's standards, it's not good music. It's like the 60s pop kind of music, right? Lots of 60s pop music, and the movie, like, there's a lot of like, you know, self-indulgent scenes where like, you know, you have like man on the street interviews where they're asking people, oh, what do you think about Gekko Kamen, right? Moon Mask Rider. And then they even, like, the female, like, journalist or whatever interviews a Caucasian couple, and he's like, Gekko Kamen? He's like, who? Moon Mask Rider? Never heard of it. Right. And there's a fucking music video halfway through the movie where a band plays a song and they're all dressed up like Moon Mask Rider, which it's a good thing they changed. Like, his costume is like, he has a mask, face mask, goggles, and a bike helmet with a moon crest on it, like the skull cap, like motorcycle helmet. His original costume, instead of a motorcycle helmet, he had like a white turban. So it's like, oh, thank God they got rid of the white turban, because that looks really dumb. And like, it's funny because what made me interested in watching this movie is because like this character looked a lot like Moon Knight. And then I found out, like, oh, watch it, like, you know, doing research for this movie, oh, it's actually this character's been around since like 1958. So if anything, Marvel ripped off these guys. But this character kind of reminds me of like, he's very reminiscent of old superhero pulp characters like the Phantom and the Shadow, where they're like very mysterious characters who both carry like 245 pistols, which some of the action scenes in the movie make no fucking sense. Like, they're make no sense, right? Because like, there's a scene where one of the characters, Ikuku or whatever, Sister Street Fighter, wants to leave the fucking cult, but gets threatened by the founder that if you leave, I'm going to poison one of this girl, right? This girl that's in the cult. And it turns out he's like, the climax of the movie, he's going to pull what the fuck is that shit? Like, there not Heaven's Gate. Like, there was this communist cult guy who made all of his, who was living in a jungle with all of his cult members, and made them drink poison, right? He tries to do that with all the young people in his cult, but like obviously Moon Mask Rider like stops him, right? But yeah, he was gonna do that if, you know, Ikuku didn't like steal like $10 million, which her plan was to have the police bring the money to a baseball stadium at night, and she uses like this remote control helicopter to pick up the money, bring it to her, right? And like you see her drive off while the remote control helicopter is hovering above with the fucking money. So it's like, what the fuck? She's driving her car while operating that thing, because you see the remote control thing, right? It's like that big ass fucking thing with the antenna, right? So it's like, how the fuck is she driving that and fucking driving the car and operating that? It makes no sense. And there's like the climax of the movie after Moon Mask Rider defeats the two Chinese assassins, right? Without using his guns. He doesn't even have his gun holsters, right? But but when he goes to fight the main bad guy, right? Who's flying a helicopter by himself while shooting at Moon Mask Rider with his rifle, right? Moon Mask Rider jumps onto the fucking helicopter, right? And falls off, and while he's falling, he shoots his gun at the fucking helicopter, and it fucking explodes. So it's like, what the fuck? I mean, the main problem of this movie, besides the bad music and the self-indulgence, is that of the movie, like self-indulgent scenes in the movie, right? The movie is too fucking long. Moon Mask Rider is barely in it, and most of the action scenes are in the last like 15-20 minutes of the movie, and the movie's like an hour and like 45 minutes if you don't include the credits, right? So yeah, I like the character seems cool. I'm definitely going to check out the anime. And there was like a scene at the end of the movie that made me where like two random characters show up, a dude in an afro and like a dwarf police officer. They're both police officers. That made me think, oh, those fucking characters are probably from the TV show, the anime, which I'm definitely going to review the movie at some point, the original movie, just to see how it is, if I can find it with English subs. But yeah, if I were to give this movie a rating, it's just, I want to say 4 out of 10, but no, the movie is 5 out of 10. The Kuroki character, who was like the main character of the movie for like most of the film, he was a cool character. There's a scene where the Red Masks steal money from some rich guy, and he has like ninja bodyguards, and they have to fight ninja bodyguards, and they kill all their ninja bodyguards, right? And the rich guy, and they run off with the money, and the rich guy's like, what the fuck am I paying you for? You're paying you for, you're all fired. It's like, dude, they're all fucking dead. So that scene was funny, and it was funny that, like, you know, Moon Mask Rider, like, he didn't want to tell the police during the scene where he gets interviewed by the cops. He gets where he doesn't reveal that they stole money, because the money was probably like, you know, illicit money, right? He gets a call from like Moon Mask Rider saying, "Hey, I'm gonna return the money to you, but I'm gonna keep 20% as commission." Right? 20%? You only took 10% from the other guy, from the bank, right? He's like trying to, haggle with like Moon Mask Rider to get, like, you know, more of his money back. But yeah, like, and Moon Mask Rider donated the money, and then he takes credit for it on TV. That like no he, yeah, like that he like, you know, intentionally made those donations, right? So yeah, that was a funny scene. There's some funny, humorous scenes in the movie. But yeah, I honestly really don't. It's the thing where if you like pulp hero kind of like characters, that maybe this movie is worth watching. But yeah, not really. I'm not really recommending the movie, but I did like it, kinda. It's just that the movie's too fucking long. But yeah, that's it for this review, guys. Peace.